Hey YouTube, what's going on? So here in New Zealand, we're currently 2 weeks through the 4-week lockdown, so just over the halfway point, or hopefully just over the halfway point. And I was thinking for today's YouTube video, I could go over 10 different skills or tricks you could work on your mountain bike or BMX bike at home. And to do this, you're only going to need a couple things. Okay, so you're going to want a bike, helmet, and pads. Because if you're like me, you probably hit your shins a lot, and you're going to want pads on for this. And you're going to want a little bit of space. So I've got my lawn here and the driveway. And as you can see from this, you actually don't need heaps of space for this because my yard isn't huge. So we're now going to get into the first trick you can work on. Okay, the first at-home trick or skill we're going to work on is lying down tricks. And this might seem kind of silly and stupid, but in the end, you're having fun on your bike and it actually helps with a lot of tricks, I've found anyway. So what you're going to do is lie your bike upside down, sit down, grab it, get underneath it like this, and just lift your bike up. And from there, you can just work on any trick. You can go for T-bog, X-up, bar spin, off-foot bar spin. You could feel out tuck no handers for tuck flips maybe. You can go unturn down, ET, just whatever, you're just having fun working on something on your bike. And it is a bit of a workout holding your bike up. So the main tricks I find this helped with was no footer tricks. So what you want to do is when you're lying down, look at your pedals and then just, little no footer off. Try and flip bike, bigger no footer, and it just helps with the feeling for no footer, it honestly does. And then, when you get better at that, you could try Superman. And yeah, just work at looking at your pedals, because looking at the pedals honestly helps. Okay, what we're going to go for now is the main trick this helps with, and that is a lie down tail whip. And how it helps is, it teaches you to look at your pedals while whipping and teaches you to use your arms to tail whip, because tail whips is a massive trick in your arms. And while I really suck at tail whips, the ones I have landed have definitely been helped by doing this. So what I do is I get my bike up, look at my pedals, and what you're going to do is you're going to kick with one foot, bring the other foot over, and then as soon as you've kicked, you're going to use your arms to whip the bike around. And you're always going to have your eyes on the pedals, so when it comes around, you can grab the bike and pinch your feet back on those pedals. Okay, so I'm going to go for one now. Get myself set up. Here we go. Kick, feet on. Woo! Okay, we're going to go for another one. Kick, legs on, feet, boom. We're now in the point of view of the lie down whip. So we're going to lift the bike up, look at where the pedals are. If you remember, we're going to kick, take the back foot off, use the arms to swing, looking at the pedals the whole time. Okay, so here we go, we're going to kick, look at the pedals, swing with arms, feet back on. Easy as that. Okay, we're now outside in the driveway, and the next trick we're going to work on is the bunny hop. First off, what you're going to want to learn for the bunny hop is to learn to lift up your front end. And now to do this, you do this like doing a manual. You just lean back slightly on the bike and just pull up with your arms to get the front end in the air. Next, you're going to want to learn how to lift your back wheel up. You do this by trying to kick yourself in the butt while keeping your feet on the pedals. And at the same time as doing this, you want to twist your wrist forward and lean forward slightly. And in doing this, it should lift the back end up. You're now going to combine both these skills together. You're going to start off doing a little pull-up manual, then as soon as you've pulled up the front wheel, you're going to twist your wrist forward and then repeat the kicking yourself in the butt with your feet on the pedals thing to bring up the back wheel. And it should allow you to do a little hop where you nosedive. Next, you're going to learn how to bunny hop with both wheels at the same level. To do this, you're going to do the little pull-up manual, but at the same time, you're going to do the twist to your wrist forward and the kick yourself in the butt technique. And this should bring both tires up at the same time at the same level. Now, to put this all together for the final bunny hop, what you're going to do is do the manual pull-up harder than before. And then as soon as you've done that, you're going to try to kick yourself in the butt much harder than before and twist your wrist harder than before. And as you do this, you're going to bend your knees and your arms to try and suck the bike up towards you to bring it higher. Sweet, so that's how to do a bunny hop. Bunny hop's a really useful skill to have for all types of riding. It could be to bunny hop over roots around and features while riding downhill or trail riding, for bunny hopping onto boxes when riding street, for learning bunny hop tricks on flat, for anything. And it's not a skill you can learn overnight, so now's a really perfect time to practice it because it takes a lot of practice to learn how to hop high. The next move we're going to work on is fakies, and much like the bunny hop, it's a trick you can't really learn overnight. You need to put in work to do it, and learning it is really beneficial. And if you're into riding skate parks, I'd even rate it as being an essential trick learning how to fakie. So the first way to fakie, and I'm going to show you how, is by pressing into something and then pulling back to fakie. You're going to ride into the wall with just enough speed to stop you. You're then going to want to pull backwards off the wall, moving your weight backwards, and as you do this you want to start pedaling backwards to the fakie. To turn around, what I do is I turn my bars slightly in the opposite direction to what I want to turn around in, and then put pedal pressure on my front foot and pull my back brake. This brings the front end up and allows me to pivot round to turn around from the fakie. Okay, another way to learn how to fakie if you don't like the pullback fakie, if you already got the pullback fakie, is to do foot jam, then fakie. Okay, and lastly, another obvious way to fakie, and actually the trick we're going to work on next, is bunny hop 180 to fakie. So our next move, or set of moves, is going to be bunny hop 180s. And we're going to go through the 4 bunny hop 180s. So the 4 bunny hop 180s being regular hop 180 to regular turnaround, opposite hop 180 to opposite turnaround, then regular bunny hop 180 to Indian giver, and opposite bunny hop 180 to opposite Indian giver. You're going to bunny hop similar to a normal bunny hop, but as you approach the bunny hop, you're going to carve in the direction you want to spin. And as you bunny hop, you're going to be slightly front wheel higher than a normal hop, and you're going to turn your head and shoulders the direction you want to spin, looking at where you want to spin. When you land, you should be landing completely backwards, and then you want to start doing the fakie you learned to do before. To opposite bunny hop 180, you do the same thing but carve and turn your head and shoulders in the opposite direction. Indian giver, you do a bunny hop 180, but then when you land, you turn your handlebars the opposite way to what you would normally so that you roll out in the opposite direction. Okay, sweet. For the next couple of tricks, I've got the Enduro bike out, because I know there's lots of you that watch that actually ride Enduro bikes or downhill bikes. So these are a couple of tricks you could try on your Enduro bike. You can actually do them on the hardtail too, BMX, and maybe even on a scooter, but for now I'm going to show you on the Enduro bike. The next trick we're going to work on is back wheel hops, which essentially is just bouncing on the back wheel and hopping up and down on it. And this is a really good trick to learn just to work on your bike control, and it's easy to try because you need minimal space and you can try it over and over and over, and it's very low risk. How you're going to do this one is you're going to pull forward a finger on each brake. When you get to a certain point, you're going to pull your front brakes, you can put you in a nose manual or nose wheelie. Then you're going to pull the back brake, lean back, get on the back wheel, then hop. So I'm going to pull the front brake, do a stoppie, back brake, lean back, and start hopping on the back wheel, and just see how many you can do. The next trick or skill we're going to learn is the flat ground crank flip while standing up. So crank flip is when you take your feet off the pedals and spin your cranks around one whole time, and then put your feet back on. Now, doing the crank flip on flat on the ground is a really good way to get used to doing it, to learn how to do it on a jump. I personally have only ever done it on a jump about twice. I find them really difficult, but maybe this will help you learn how to crank flip and you can learn a new trick on a jump after the lockdown. First, you want to start doing little no-footers standing up, taking your feet off further as you get more comfortable. I start with my cranks one higher than the other. I then kick the back crank as I do the no-footer to start the crank spinning. And as the cranks come round, I use my front foot to catch the cranks, looking at my pedals the whole time to know where to put my feet. Our next trick or skill we're going to work on is the 180 G-turn, or like the nose press 180 or nose wheelie 180 on the big bike. To do the nose wheelie 180, you're going to do a normal nose wheelie, except that at the start you're going to carve slightly, turn your handlebar slightly, and turn your head slightly to spin yourself in the desired direction. You can then continually do this until you work up to a full 180. Once you've got a full 180, you can then start pulling your back brake at the end of the 180 and then pivoting around like you would out of a fakie. Once you've done this a few times, you can then work on getting an actual fakie out of the nose wheelie. To do this, at the end of the nose wheelie, don't pull the back brake, but instead start pedaling backwards to travel backwards in a fakie, and then pivot out as you would from a normal fakie. Okay, our next trick we're going to go for is a pickup bar spin or a manual bar spin. Okay, one trick for learning pickup bar spins easy is to find somewhere to wedge your bike against so the front wheel can sit up in the air. You then sit on your bike and just practice throwing the bar spins and just do heaps and heaps of bar spins. Throw them to the left, throw them to the right, throw double bar spins, do whatever, and just get used to doing the motion. Because once you've learned how to do the motion, it is very easy to bring it then to the pickup bar or the manual bar. To do the pickup bar spin, you're going to want to do a small manual and pinch your seat. Once you pinch the seat, you're going to want to throw the bar spin. Remember to throw the bars with one hand and catch with the other. Remember to look at your bars the whole way around the bar spin. Alternatively to learning the pickup bar spin on concrete, you can learn it on grass first and then take it to concrete. And once you've got regular pickup bar spins down, you can then apply the techniques to an opposite pickup bar spin or even try a double pickup bar spin. Okay, now that you're hopefully nailing pickup bars, the next obvious progression is bunny hop bar spins. First tip I have for bunny hop bar spins is to not do a big bunny hop front wheel high like this, but to rather do a two-wheeled bunny hop with both wheels the same level like this, like we learned earlier. Bunny hop bar spin is just like the pickup bar spin. You're going to want to bunny hop, pinch your seat, throw the bars with one hand, catch the other, and watch your bars the whole way around. Okay, and then once you've got the hop bar spins down, an extra trick for experts would be to try hop-up bar spins. And I actually only just learned this one in my last video. Sweet, so my hop-up bars are obviously a little bit sketchy, but I'm stoked to learn them. And you know, if you use this lockdown time wisely and work on them, you can learn them too and learn them cleaner. On to our next bunny hop trick, and what we're going to do now is one I personally find easier than the hop bar, but some people argue is harder, is the bunny hop tire grab. First, you're going to want to do a bunny hop and pull your front wheel up high so the front tire is within range for you to grab it. Next, you're going to want to do a bunny hop with the front wheel still high, but reach forward for a one-hander. Finally, you're going to do the bunny hop with the front wheel high and reach forward for one-hander, but this time actually touch your tire. You can start off just barely touching it and then work up to fully grabbing it. Alright everyone, that is the top 10 tricks, or my 10 tricks or skills you can work on at home during lockdown, minimal space while on your bike, mountain bike, BMX, scooter, or whatever. I just wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone that's recently subscribed to the channel, because I think it was only 2 videos ago we hit 500 subs. And now we're already up to 600 subscribers, which is just like mind-boggling. So thank you so much. Thank you to everyone liking the videos. And hopefully, you know, this is making it seem way more realistic to hit our goal of 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, or maybe even before. So once again, thanks so much. Be sure to like the video, leave some comments below on what trick you like learning the most, or what tricks give you the most trouble, or maybe comment what tricks you learned. And before you go, I'm going to leave you with one bonus trick, and that is the bike spin. I'm going to leave a bit of a challenge for you. So the bike spin is this trick here. You stand your bike up, and you just let go, spin it around 360, and catch back onto it. So I'm going to give one a go now. Woo! So that one there was, to be honest, a little bit sketchy, but I'm going to leave you the challenge of uploading and tagging me in your best bike spin. So if you upload the clips to your Instagram story or to your normal Instagram, Facebook, whatever, just tag @LeviGoodall. And in the next video, if anyone tags me in some of their bike spins, I'll include them in the next video and give you a shout out. Cheers team, we'll see you next time.